WWE will retaliate over AEW Collision. Plus, a major New Japan star has been booked for All In Wembley. And Vince McMahon gets a name check on AEW Rampage. It's all in the wrestling news right now. AEW Collision announcement is coming next week, I think, isn't it?
I do believe so, Tom.
Did Tony mention something about an announcement?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Something like that.
It's looking like the announcement is indeed going to be AEW's brand new show, and according to Dave Meltzer, the WWE will not let it lie. They said what WWE's next move will be in retaliation will always be interesting because there will be one. I don't see WWE going and adding a Saturday night show. AEW will go against WWE pay-per-views many times a year. I would not be surprised to see NXT pay-per-views move to Saturdays.
Ooh, very interesting. I'm sad. They say Saturday night show. What about Saturday morning slam? Do you remember that?
I remember Saturday morning slam.
Yeah, bring that back.
Did a lovely video on Saturday morning slam, which you can watch on the Cultaholic YouTube channel. It's done weirdly well. Thank you for that. But Saturday night slam isn't quite the same thing. I had a thought on this in terms of, this is just us, not hyperbolizing. That would suggest we're making it bigger, but just shooting the breeze.
Yeah, shooting
the breeze on what it could be. I wonder whether this is where WWE decide to bring back, on an occasional basis, Saturday night's main event.
I was also thinking a very similar thing. Do you think it'd work quite as well though? I'm not too sure if it'd. I'm not too sure if it would draw in as many people as what perhaps Collision would do with CM Punk. Being like the main face of that show, perhaps. I think if it is to go up against something like that, maybe they do pull out all the stops with the star power.
Possibly. Now, the other thing to consider when saying Saturday night's main event is that WWE have always been one to run NXT up against AEW.
Yes.
Because there's a safety in that. In the sense that, and we heard Triple H say as much just in the run up to Clash of the Castle when he was speaking to Ariel Helwani, when the idea of like if NXT beats an AEW pay-per-view, they're like, whoa, they beat us because we're the best.
Yeah.
And if NXT don't, they go, oh, well done, you beat our developmental system. So well done. So WWE, in terms of that, have an out either way. If they do a heavily loaded show, that I genuinely think if they heavily loaded a Saturday night main event show with some big talent, they'd draw a phenomenal number. In the event that it doesn't, though, that's a difficult one to bounce back from.
Yeah, definitely.
If it doesn't.
NXT pay-per-views as well, we've seen they often go all out in the matches too. They put on some really good shows that sort of fly under the radar a little bit now, I guess, because it's moved away from the black and gold era into this new, more colourful developmental kind of era. And, that turns some people off a little bit, but you hear consistently that the show's pretty damn good. So yeah, if they do run that up against Collision, it'll be interesting to see. Saturday nights are indeed all right for fighting, as Elton John once told us. Let's move over to the digital world. I'm a computer. I'm a computery guy. Everything made out of buttons and wires, and I will show you. WWE 2K23. That was lovely. That was very good. You didn't plan that. That's nice. I love it so much. 2K23 flavored news. Certainly. So WWE 2K23 tweeted themselves. They said Mia Yim will be a fully playable superstar after the next patch update for #WWE 2K23 coming soon. This is fantastic news that we're getting free characters. Now, the developers at 2K have specified before that they will be doing little bits and pieces here and there. They wouldn't, so when I tried to pry things out of them, right, they wouldn't tell me whether they would do such big things as this. However, it's really nice to see that they are. They've been very consistent in there. If something changes a little bit on TV, we saw it with the Sami Zayn stuff actually, when a lot of the promotional stuff was coming out for the game, he was still very much in his Bloodline attire. And then when things changed, they very quickly changed that too, to sort of mirror what was happening on screen. So that's really, really nice to see now. There's also some more DLC stuff coming very soon. So on May 17th. Next week, is it? Yes, indeed. So we've got the Pretty Sweet pack, and that's featuring Carl Anderson, Luke Gallows, Tiffany Stratton, Elton Prince, and Kit Wilson of Pretty Deadly. Makes sense to have Mia Yim in there as well, with Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows coming into the game. It makes sense to have her on there anyway, because she's a part of the roster. There's a few people who aren't on there at the moment. So like ones that come to my mind, Candice LeRae, and like Tegan Knox and stuff like that aren't part of the playable roster yet. So I wonder if down the line we'll get more sort of little one-off playable characters introduced in patches here and there.
More importantly, this time next week, I am buzzing to have Elton Prince pin Roman Reigns for the WWE Championship in 2K23.
Oh, what about Kit Wilson?
He will be ringside.
Okay.
He'll beat him for the unit. He'll beat him for the other belt.
I like it.
It's what we want to happen.
It's what we want to happen.
It's what we want to happen. Happy surprise, Mia Yim getting called up to the main roster on WWE 2K23, and a happy surprise for Katana Chance and Caden Carter getting called up to the main roster in the real world. They were chatting on Busted Open Radio, and Katana Chance on the draft show said, "We were pretty sure it wasn't happening. Not only did we not know, but we thought we didn't think we were getting drafted at all. Especially when the NXT Women's Tag Champions got called up. We thought, oh, that's the team that they were taking. Then that's it. And then at 10:30 at the watch party, we thought it was all over, and they said our name. So it was a happy surprise for Chance and Carter, who probably thought that, oh, if the champs are going up, we'll probably beat them tomorrow night,
right?
And we won't go up. And then there you go.
And then they went up as well. It was a huge surprise. I always really enjoy watching the draft stuff, especially with the NXT superstars. When we see their genuine reactions to things, it feels like we're a little bit like a part of that almost, and I really enjoy seeing them.
I don't know whether it's my old age, but I don't know how I'd feel about just being told live on television that I'm working on different days now. Like, I feel like I'd want that. I'd need to clear that.
You clarify with family and friends and people you know in your life, maybe a little bit. Yeah,
I love the idea. If I was a member of SmackDown, they go, "Tom, you're moving to Raw." I'm like, I can't. I've got darts on Monday.
You've got darts on Monday.
Darts on Monday. Alex was a half day Monday, so we normally spend the afternoon together. Like, do you want to go and tell her that I'm working Mondays now? Like, or the odd occasion I'm away. Who's going to feed the cat? You booked me for Mondays. We've got this system in place. I've got to change all of this now. You've announced it on TV, so I look like a pillock. Appreciate.
Well, I mean,
it might be my old age.
I wonder if people in NXT they probably are asked to maybe don't have too much going on a Monday or Friday, just in case we might need you over here.
You
anyway,
are
so.
bang on, Mom Brav. Like, they probably are told to keep Mondays and Fridays fairly footloose and fancy free for that reason in particular. Let's head over to the UK. Wembley is on the horizon, AEW All In, and we have apparently our first star booked for the show.
We do. This comes from Dave Meltzer, and he says, Will Ospreay, as of a couple of days ago, was booked on the show. I don't know his opponent, I don't know the match, but he was booked for the show.
Yeah, it's an obvious one, isn't it?
Yeah,
but it's a good one.
Yeah, he's been talking about his want to be on this show and how proud it would make like his family and his dad and everything, and himself too. I hope it's the Will Ospreay and Kenny Omega match. I think that would be such an amazing thing to see.
What an interesting crowd reaction that would be. Would it just be 100% Will? It seems...
I don't know. Maybe. Like when we were at Clash and Drew was there.
Yeah.
It was a lot of people there for Drew and Sheamus. Like, the majority of the crowd were definitely behind them.
I think he'll lean into it quite a bit, won't he?
Oh, definitely, yeah.
All eyes on All In now. That looks set to, I think we're over 50,000 sold now for All In, which is exciting if you're making the trip to Wembley.
It's amazing. It's so good to see. I'm really happy for them.
Yeah.
I'm really happy for them.
Yeah, it's good for wrestling. You know, it's just nice to see a wrestling boom period. It feels like we're in it once more.
Yeah.
Or at least the burgeonings of one. The beginnings of one. Now on Rampage tomorrow, a little spoiler for Rampage. This is, by the way, we're not going to tell you who wins a match, but if you don't want to know anything about Rampage, this is your jumping off point. Case.
Love you, bye.
Sick. The Acclaimed and Billy Gunn fight the Butcher and the Blade and Kip Sabian tomorrow night. Max Caster gives Butcher a diss via Vince McMahon. He says, "Yo, Butch, you're a bitch, my man. Got the worst mustache since Vince McMahon." There it is.
And everyone goes goes mental, of course.
How is it taking this long to get a Vince McMahon mustache reference on AEW television?
That's a very good point. That's a very good point. I thought they'd have been on it as soon as possible.
There's so much mileage to get from that.
There is.
But well done to them finally getting a nod to one of the most unusual mustaches. As John Oliver described it, Vince McMahon these days looks like if you type Snake Tycoon into an AI art generator.
It's a choice. It's definitely a choice. For sure.
That is so polite of you.
Well, you know, I feel like
all
he's
the looks
leaning
you could
into
have had, that is one of them.
That's one of them. It feels like he's very much leaning into this villain, this villain demeanor. There you go, Vince.
He's gonna have horns next time he sees him.
Yeah, he very well could do. Very well could do.
Got the worst mustache since Vince McMahon. Bless you. We'll have more wrestling news throughout the day at cultaholic.com. Case.
Love you, bye.